Hello. Let's see. Hey, Dr. E. Hello, Dr. E. Thank you for joining. I'm going to share this. All right, let me get on. I'm going to share this. Please, can you share for me? Let's see. Thank you for joining. Okay. Hey, Dr. E, I see you. Thank you for joining. Oh, you can't hear me? Okay, hold on. Hold on. You cannot hear me. Let's try this. Let's try. Okay, let's see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, Gardner, how are you? Thank you for joining. For those who are on Facebook Live, please let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Hold on a second. Dr. E, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Yeah? Oh, you can. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, I am James Gardner. Welcome on Instagram. Thank you for joining me today. Dr. E, thank you for joining me on Facebook. So, all right. So I have these two things going on tonight. Well, I say tonight because I am in Saudi Arabia, broadcasting from Saudi Arabia, and it is 7 p.m. in Saudi Arabia right now, which is 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time in the U.S., where I reside. But I have been in Saudi Arabia for months, and I have a few more months to go before coming back home to the US. So there you go. There you go. So Miss Dr. E, can you just share this with people? Can you share it in the group? Please, if you're watching me right now, share this. Today is a very, very important day for me because today I officially launch the book campaign for my 21st, which is silver anniversary as a published author. I am so stoked about that. I can't believe it's been 21 years since I started writing. It blows my mind to even think about that my very first book was written 21 years ago. And I can remember when I wrote that first book, I was in so much pain. Let me do some sharing. Let me do some sharing of my own before I start going off here, people. You know, I was in so much pain. Now, I remember my very first book. I called it Stepping Out, Fulfilling Your Destiny. Stepping Out, Fulfilling Your Destiny. And I remember when I first wrote that book, I was just in the throes of my divorce. Thank you. Hey, Florida, welcome. I was in the throes of my divorce. I had two babies in my hands, like 2.5 and 1.5 year old. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what was happening in my life. And I wanted the pain to stop. And I remember that because I could not, nobody could understand my plight. First of all, as an African princess that is living in diaspora, there are certain things that people expected. It's amazing how people didn't even expect that you would go through the things that I was going through. And for me, because of the shame and the guilt that came with my divorce, at some point I stayed away from my own family, from my royal family in Nigeria, and I just wanted to go through life by myself. And so stepping out, fulfilling your destiny, my very first book. Good morning, Florida. It became therapy, if I can call it that. It became therapy. It was therapeutic for me because the things that was going on in my head that I could not necessarily share with anybody went into that first book. So that I was writing everything, and everything that came, everything that came into my mind, I was writing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Dr. E. Anything I was writing because I wanted to be relieved. I wanted to be relieved of the pain that I was going through, the betrayal that I was going through. I wanted to be relieved. And so for me, because of the culture that I was born into, an African culture that says when you are suffering, you suffer in silence. You don't tell the neighbor what's going on in your household. Never mind if you're about to be killed, you don't tell nobody, right? And so I come from that kind of culture. That doesn't mean that I wanted to be killed. I'm just giving an analogy. That I come from that culture that it's taboo for you to even say anything. It's taboo to share your thoughts, particularly when you're going through divorce in a strange country. It is taboo to tell anybody about things like that. So I kept all those things, right, in my heart. And thank God for writing, right? Writing was my way out of depression. Writing was well, maybe temporary. It was my temporary fix. It was something that helped me to wake up the next morning and keep grinding. It was something that gave me hope. Writing reminded me of the brilliance that God had placed in me. Can I just say that again? When I wrote, I remember the brilliance, and I remember the dreams that I had, the dreams that felt like they were shattered. I remember when I wrote, He allowed me to escape my present condition, right? And it allowed me to be able to say, okay, let me go dream a dream somewhere. Let me take my head somewhere else and just rest in that dream. So writing for me was just therapeutic. It was something that really set me free. It was something that delivered me. It was a way and an avenue where I could share something that I would not necessarily share with anybody. And I could share it and pretend like it was somebody else that said it. Particularly when I was writing fiction, it was easy for me to say, to create this character and create a character that harbors all of my emotions, all of other people's emotions, put it all together and create one character so that people cannot necessarily say that the character they were reading was me or was somebody else, but it was an embodiment of all the characters that I've met through my journey. So I don't know what writing means, or even if any of you write, but that is something that changed my life 21 years ago. And 21 years ago, I wrote that book, Stepping Out, Fulfilling Your All right, so webinar is now streaming. Okay, so and back. You all see me now on Facebook. Please let me know that you see me. Thank you, Dr. E. Yes, yes, writing is a powerful process of release, says Dr. E. Writing is a powerful process. Oh, you see me? Okay, cool. Of release. And so for me, writing became, just like Dr. E said, a powerful process of release. So that even though I was releasing myself, I was healing myself, people did not see the healing. They were more concerned about, oh my God, is she going to let out? What secret is she going to let out again now? Is she going to let out the secret that we're not ready for? They were more concerned. They were not focused on the healing that was taking place in my life. They were not focused on the fact that I wasn't necessarily talking about anybody. I was just talking about me and trying to get myself healed. Some of them were not having that. They did not appreciate that. Now, hindsight is 20. Now, hindsight is 2020, right? Hindsight is 2020. If I knew what I know now, would I have written some of the things that I wrote there? Right? Probably not, because there were actually things that I wrote that I did not even remember writing until people started saying, well, did you know that you wrote this about your grandfather? Did you know that you wrote that? And I was like, dang, I didn't even remember. I was in so much pain. People, I wasn't thinking about that. I was in so much pain, and I wasn't thinking about what you all were talking about. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just trying to get myself healed of the pain and the disappointment and the frustration was on my mind. Y'all weren't on my mind, but people did not understand that. And so, if I had to do it again, yes, there are certain things that I would not have written, and yes, there are things I would have still kept on there because they needed to be learned, they needed to be heard, and people needed people just needed to know what's going on. So, having said that, I am so grateful. I tell you what, though, I look at my life today and what writing has done for me, right? I look at my life today and the impact that writing is just incredible. Regardless of if I'm trying to do anything else, if I do not write, I'm not happy because at the core of who I am, yes, I'm a nurse practitioner, but at the core of who I am, I felt like God actually put a pen in my hand when I was coming out of my mother's womb. I think there was a pen in my hand because even today at work in Saudi Arabia, even today as well at work in Saudi Arabia, one of the ladies commented and said, my goodness, Dr. H, the way you write, the way you write emails is just incredible. That you've been, hey, welcome. You have a way of impacting them in such a way that they're not really upset about it, but you have a way of getting your message across, in a clear, succinct way, and yet it's a little jab, and they do not even know that it's the jab. And when she said that today, I was like, dang, I didn't realize I was that good as a writer. So for me, writing has just been a tremendous blessing in my life. Not only therapeutic, but Erica, welcome, my dear, welcome. It's just who said, okay, Dr. E said that even if you never published it, right, writing is a healing, it gives you healing. So could the stories be written with fictional characters that they could truly help others? Yes. Good morning, Erica. Good morning. Absolutely. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about my fiction book, right? So I have this fiction book called Hydra's Next, Joe Cardwell, right? It is based out of South Africa. And it's almost between is kind of like Twilight Zone, Twilight, and things like that. It's a young adult fantasy. And when I wanted to write that book, it took me 2 years of research. See, when you are a writer, you take your time with your writing. That particular fiction book took me 2 years, and I'll tell you why it took me 2 years. It took me 2 years because I wanted to base it on a region that I've never visited before, right? Very therapeutic. Yes, Erica. I wanted to visit on a place that I'd never visited before, right? I wanted to use because at the age of 10, I was sent to boarding school. I want you to hear this. At the age of 10, my family sent me to boarding school, and they sent me to a boarding school in the remote area of Nigeria. But this particular boarding school was something that was a school that was popular to my family, my royal family. Jamila, welcome. A lot of my family members went to this particular school. And so it was automatic because you go there to learn etiquette and all this. So it was automatic that I end up in that place. Now, when I wanted to write my fiction, right, I decided, oh, you know what? I like fantasy, right? I like a little bit of ghosty kind of thing, right? Harry Potter and all that. I didn't kind of care about Harry Potter. Sorry to say that. But, well, maybe I'm not sorry. But I knew that this was something that people wanted. God bless you, Jamila. This was the kind of writing that people wanted. Adults like myself were going to watch the movie. So I said, okay, how can I bridge the gap so that I'm not really going to the dark world, but yet use the Bible, use the characters in the Bible combined with my own life, so that when people are reading it, they actually think, oh, this is fantasy, but it's actually in the Bible. So what I did was I dug deep and I went into all my experiences as a young adult. And I went into the boarding school, and I had these funny characters around me in boarding school. But I knew that I could not, if I wrote that character the way they were, they would know I was talking about them. And I did not want that. Hey, Abby, welcome. I could not do that. And so what I had to do was I took each of my characters. I really had to map my characters out. And I took each of my character embodied about 3 or 4 people that I knew. So Joe Cardwell embodied me, my best friend, their father. I mean, he embodied all, so that when you read Joe Cardwell, just when you're thinking, oh, she's talking about herself, then I flip on you and you say, oh, okay, maybe she's not talking about herself. So for me, it was therapeutic because the characters in that book went through everything that I went through, the things that I experienced, right? The spiritual battle that I experienced, the what do you call it? My goodness, the abuse, all the things that I experienced, I allowed these characters to walk through it. And is it funny that as I was walking through the characters and as I was writing the characters, I was getting healed at the same time. Let me say that again. I was getting healed as I was walking my way through that character. Now, I told you that it took me like 2 years. I think it probably took me 3 years, but maybe let me just stick with 2 years. It took me 2 years to write Joe Cardwell because 8 months into writing it, I ended up with a writer's block. I mean, I just hit the block like that. It was like a bum. I hit a block. I could not go past where I was because I had already started digging into abuse. I had already started talking about, sexual abuse, not just sexual abuse, physical abuse. I was already talking about that. And maybe myself was not ready to really face it. So the next best thing was to hit a writer's block. And so for months, I sat on that writer's block for time. Until later, I don't know what happened, and I was suddenly released from that writer's block, and I finished. I just went ahead and I finished that book, and I just went ahead and finished that book. So writing is therapy. Writing was like a breath of fresh air for me. Writing was something that helped me to, if I'm thinking about something right now and I begin to write, it's amazing how solutions come to me, right? Dr. E said therapy has that effect where you block to avoid the pain. Absolutely. So writing for me helped me, right? I overcame that pain. I overcame that block with that writing. And since then, I've seen it in my own life that with writing, I'm able to master what God has given me. With writing, I'm able to master my own brilliance. With writing, I'm able to manifest. My writing helped me to manifest in the area that God has called me to manifest. So that if you are in the area of business, writing, right, helps you to manifest that area. Now, people like Erica, people like a lot of, Wendy, and a lot of people that I know will tell you that when you write, right, it helps you to establish your brilliance. Can somebody write it down for me? TM, writing helps you to establish your brilliance. And so today I want to talk about, right, exploring your dreams, mastering your vision, and dominating your brilliance. Writing helps you to establish your brilliance. So if you do not understand it, if you're trying to say, but why in the world? Thank you, Dr. E. Why is everybody telling me to write a book? Why are they telling me to do this? Now, not everybody is called to be a writer, right? Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between an actual people that's what they do. They write for a living. Like myself, I'm a writer for a living, period. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm a writer for a living. And there's a difference between that and also people that actually use writing, right, to buffer their business, to buffer who they are. And so for you to explore, here's the thing. If you're having problems exploring your dreams, right? Writing helps you establish yes. Thank you, Erica. Thank you for writing it, right? It helps you to establish your brilliance, right? And so if you have your dreams, right? If you have your dreams stuck in between your ears here, your dream is right here, and you're trying to lift that dream up of your head down, writing helps you to lift it and drop it. Can I say that again? Writing helps you to lift that dream and bam, drop it. And as you lift it off of your brain and drop it, you begin to manifest it. A lot of times when you have it in here, you're not going to manifest what you are not exploring. Oh, I just cracked a code for you right there. Crack the code. Number 2, crack the code, right? Jamila, writing helps you establish your brilliance. Bam. Number 2, writing helps you to explore, right? Explore your dreams. Number 2, writing helps you to explore your dreams. You hearing me? With writing, you are able to explore it. With writing, right? That's right. Writing is the first step to manifestation. Because as you begin to write it, you begin to manifest what you're writing, right? Because here's the thing. When you're writing, you are mastering your vision. Ooh, I'm telling somebody tell me I'm dropping a lot of nuggets here tonight. When you are writing, you are mastering your vision. Are you hearing me? You are mastering your vision and you are exploring your vision, right? So you start with a stroke of pen. You have absolutely no idea where you're going with that story. You have no idea what you're going. But the minute you grab a hold of that pen, it takes on a life of its own. And the minute you drop that pen on a piece of paper, you begin to explore the dreams that are in your head, the dreams that have been trapped in your brain. Your pen enables you to begin to explore those dreams that have trapped in your brain. Oh, I'm telling you, people, You need to go back and watch the replay of this because I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same. Those dreams, those goals, those visions that are trapped in your memory, when you take that stroke of pen and you begin to write it, you begin to explore it. As long as you don't do that, it just become a goal and a dream in your brain, and you can't flesh it out. You don't know where it's going. You don't know if it's going anywhere. But the minute you get that pen and you begin to write it, even the things that are not clear in your brain, as you begin to write it, you begin to see what you write. You begin to believe what you write. You begin to trust in what you're writing. And you begin to say to yourself, uh-oh, I think I need to go this way. Oh, it didn't work that way. Maybe this is where I need to go. So writing helps you to explore your dream. And here is the good news. Here is the good news, ladies and gentlemen. As you begin to explore your dreams, you are mastering your vision, right? You're exploring your dreams. You're mastering your vision. And how many of you know? I want somebody to tell me, I hear you. I hear you, Dr. Hancock. I am listening to you. Can somebody just let me know that you're listening? I want to know that you're listening. Hancock, I am listening to you. Right? Good. Right? Write it down. Make it plain. That's right. Thank you, Dr. Florida. Thank you, Dr. E. Right? I'm telling you, this is a lot of nuggets that is going to set many of you free. You hear me, Jamila? Awesome. It's going to set many of you free today. It's going to set many of you free today. And so we're exploring our dreams with a stroke of pen. We're mastering our vision with a stroke of pen. And we're dominating our brilliance. Here is the thing. What you do not master, you cannot dominate. Oh, crack the code. I just cracked the code right there. What you do not master, you cannot dominate. Somebody put it on the chat can you put it on the chat for me on Facebook Live? Please, somebody put that on the chat for me. What you do not master, you cannot dominate. All right. So we have many people that don't want to take their time to understand their business. We have many people that are looking for microwave answers to solutions that really require you to master it. Let me write this down. What you do not master, you cannot dominate. Let's write that there. What you do not master, you cannot dominate it. And so if you're out there thinking, okay, there's this fast way of making money, there's this fast way of doing this, there's this fast way of starting a business, there's this fast way of writing, there's this fast way of speaking all over the world, there's this fast way of trading globally, there's none. Because everything in life requires you to master it. Everything that you are doing, it requires you to master it. And what you do not master, you will never dominate. You will never, you will never dominate it. And that's why people say, oh, master of something, jack of all trade, master of everything. No, I forgot what, jack of all trade, that's what I mean anyway, right? Master of none. Jack of all trade, master of none. That's where that saying comes from. And so when we talk about your brilliance, what is your brilliance, right? Today we're talking, again, my name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. People know me as your life strategist and your America's global vision midwife. I'm a writer. This is my 21st book. I'm launching live my 21st book today. Oh my goodness. 21 years of writing. 21 years of actually literally being a published author that a full-time published author making money out of it. That's right, making money out of my writing, right? I ghostwrite for thought leaders. There are some books that I've ghostwritten right now that you would not even know that I wrote them because they're for thought leaders like myself. So if you are out there thinking, okay, you want to learn a little bit about ghostwriting, I just might be the right person for you to help you out, to help you in ghostwriting. Now, do I want to ghostwrite for you? I don't have the time. But few people have always come to me and said, well, can you start a masterclass on ghostwriting? Because that's another way that you can actually make money ghostwriting for people. And when you ghostwrite for thought leaders, I'm talking about thought leaders, the minimum that you earn as a ghostwriter is 40,000 on just the proposal. That's right, you heard me. On just the proposal for somebody, just the proposal, 40,000, that's the minimum. And 40,000 when you're talking about non-profit people. Princess, is PayPal the only method to purchase? I don't even know what method is on there. Please check on the link what method is on there. I think Dr. E is talking about my book that just came out, is a pre-order that is on right now. Let me look at it here. Let me look at it here. Let me look at it. I'm going to drop the link. It's called 7 Days to Release Your Amazing Life. 7 days to, let me say, 7 days to release your amazing life. I pre-order it because proceeds of it is going to go to Africa to take care of. I have 55 children that I take care of right now. I call them my babies, but half of them are not really babies. They're in college. And a portion of this proceeds we go to help them with education. It seems it's PayPal driven. I'll find out for you. I'll find out, because even if it's PayPal, it should have like a Visa behind it. But let me find out, Dr. E. Please let me find out. And please make sure you tell that other lady that wants to get 20 copies. I cannot wait for somebody that is pre-ordering 20 copies of the book. God bless her. God bless her for doing that. Pick a copy for somebody else. It's called 7 Days to Release Your Amazing Life. These are examples of what I have been through myself, the things that have helped me to become who. All right, so anyway, we're back on again. We're back on again. So thank you. It's my internet out here that is. So today I'm going to be on here. I'm going to be on here today. Tomorrow I'm going to be on here again. On Thursday, I'm going to have like a private webinar where people can actually come in and ask questions. You can ask me any questions, vision questions, story questions, master storytelling questions, writing, whatever question that you have, you can come in on Thursday and ask me those questions. So today I'm just talking about exploring your dreams, mastering your vision, dominating your brilliance, release your amazing life. How do you release your amazing life? Your amazing life is all dependent on what you define as amazing life. What you define as amazing might not be what I want as amazing. So first of all, you have to define for yourself, what does it mean to live an amazing life? Because here's the thing, if you don't know what you want, nobody's going to give you something when you don't even know what you want. Can I say that again? Many of us are coming to God and we can't even tell God exactly what we want. We just come and complain and complain and complain, but we can't even tell God, right, what we want. And God is saying, sister, brother, you let me know what you want, right? Okay, Dr. E, right? You let me know. Hey, Abby, you let me know what you want. So many of us don't even know what we want. We're not certain of what we want from God. And God is saying, if you want something, be certain, be clear on what you want. Likewise, if you want to start a business, you need to be clear of what you want, right? When I started Storyteller Bistro, I was clear on what I wanted to be, right? And what I wanted was, I wanted it to be a place where people can and eat. Come and eat from the feet of the master, where you can come and eat wisdom. You can come, and that was what Storyteller Bistro meant for me. It meant that, okay, you have a story, and ever so often, everybody, when you look at this, oh, I can't write, I'm not a storyteller. But the thing is, if you are a successful business person, you better be a great storyteller. Because if you cannot toot your own horn, nobody's out there going to toot your horn for you. So for you to be a successful business person, you are a storyteller. Erica, if you're still there, please let me know what you think about that. You've got to be a great storyteller. You cannot be a strong business person without being a great storyteller, because the first thing, when you go anywhere, the first thing they ask you is, what is your business about, right? They don't want you to regurgitate your business plan, but they want to hear your story behind the creation of that business. They're not looking for you to tell them how it came to, your business plan, your marketing strategy, and, the business structure. That's not what. So when people come to you and say, well, tell me about your business, they want to know the story. They want to hear the story. They want to hear something that is going to impact them, right? They want to hear something that's going to impact them. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. This is day one live, right, of our launch, Exploring Dreams, Mastering Vision, and Dominating Your Brilliance, 7 days to release your amazing life. Please, I want you to check it out at bit.ly/your amazing life campaign. The campaign opens up today. The campaign is open today, ladies and gentlemen. The campaign is open today. So I need all of your help, because this is more than just writing a book. This is more than just writing a book. It's solidarity. It's something that is helping me to also impact Africa. It's something that is helping me to change the world. So you are a part of people that are changing the world for me. Between you and I, we're changing the world together. And so let me just quickly share my screen. Let me see and make sure I'm sharing something here. So this is my screen, everybody. This is my screen, y'all. Hopefully you see my screen. So this is my screen, right? This is my screen. So I want you guys to go to this, right? Go to publish. Is it Publishire? Publishizer. I don't know. Publishizer. Okay. Publishizer. Hey, Yukita. How are you, my dear? How are you? Publishizer.com/7 days to release your amazing life. Please go to, or just click http, all right, bit.ly/your amazing life campaign. Good morning, my dear. Good morning from Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. For those who do not know me, my name is Dr. Princess Fumi Eka. People call me America's Global Vision Midwife. I'm also a life strategist. I'm a 9 times best-selling author. I'm a filmmaker because I've made 2 movies. Just recently, my very first directorial debut was a few months ago when I won the African Oscar for being the newest director in Hollywood. So I'm fine, I'm blessed. The newest director in Hollywood. Of course, my second movie won 5 Hollywood awards, and I'm in the process now of really shopping for another film project to embark in. I'm right now in Saudi Arabia living my best life on a contract, on an education contract, which in a few months will end with the possibility of renewing. But I have not decided yet what I'm going to do where that is concerned, because I know that there are some things that need my attention back in America. And so not only that, today I launched my 21st. This is my 21 years of writing, of being a published writer, not just writing, but a published writer. And so I decided, I'm blessed and highly favored, Yokita. Thank you for asking. So I decided that I was going to do something different this time. And what I wanted to do was also to use this as an opportunity to do crowdfunding, and portions of that proceed will go towards what is so dear to me, which is the Adasa Adumori Foundation project in Nigeria, which I've been involved with for 12 years now. I think I've probably sponsored at least maybe like 400 to 500 children, students now for the last 10 or 12 years. But every year is always like 45, 40, 45. But this year, from reports, I actually sponsored 55 children. Well, I keep calling them children, even though some of them are college graduates. And it's amazing how, some of them have actually tracked me down on Facebook and said, Mom, thank you for blessing us. Thank you for doing something that enabled us to finish our college, that enabled us to finish our school. Thank you for doing that. And it's so rewarding to see that. And so if you're wondering, okay, why is she pre-ordering? This is why I'm doing that. This is why I'm doing all of this. So thank you all so much. Please go to bit.ly/Your Amazing Life. Campaign is open. I have 30 days. In 30 days, I have to have 500 orders. I know it's possible because there's a lot of people that follow me. And frankly, if just 100 out of the lots of people that follow me decide to do this and also purchase, right? And purchase for their friends, purchase for somebody, purchase for a school. I mean, it's going to be incredible. You might know a school, your son, your daughter might be in a school. You can order this too, because even students, high school students can read this and be okay with this. College graduates can read this and be okay with this. How many times do we know many college graduates that go to college and they're in their 4th year and they still don't know what they're going to do when they graduate? So when you have a book like this, it's 7 days to release your amazing life, master, manifest, and dominate. It helps you. It brings clarity to what you're doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm showing on Facebook right now the link to the place. This is the pre-order here. You push that button, pre-order. Now, here's the thing. I have several bonuses, several awesome bonuses. 7 days to release your amazing life, a guide to exploring dreams, mastering vision, and dominating your brilliance. It's an inspirational and thought-provoking new guide for emerging creative professional entrepreneurs ready for their next level of success. So I have different packages here. If you pre-order at $20, right, we have VIP Princess Package. So with this one, you get 1 copy of print and 1 e-copy of that one, right? So if you do the $25 exclusive and limited edition, you get the same thing, but I add one more thing to it. It's going to be signed, autographed by me. And I'm telling you right now, my autograph things. I do not autograph things a lot, but this I have decided I was going to autograph for whoever does this. And this is only for the first 100 people. Then we have the $49 my friendship package. So with my friendship package, you get 3 copies plus ebook included. You get that. Now, we have the early risers package, and that comes at $100. And so with that one, you get 5 limited edition paperback, 5 limited edition. You get ebooks with it, right? And then you get to be recognized as a supporter in my book. So your name is actually really going to be mentioned in my book. And of course, you're going to have a shout out across my social media, right? Then we have the $250, which is my awesome Patreon package. That is 12 limited edition paperback, and it goes on and on and on and on like that, right? On and on and on. Of course, you have the Patreon Champion pack. You have that one, which is $500. So I want you to take your time and really come out here. Now, the cool thing about this is you're also going to know why I wrote this book. You're going to get a free chapter here. You can read and really see what this is all about. Well, I also left, this is a video of me receiving an award in Hollywood. A powerful, powerful video. I call it the 2 minutes that changed my life forever. 2 minutes that changed my life forever. And I mean it did. Now, this is a little bit of something that I drew, a paradigm shift, right? Mastering your brilliance is a paradigm shift. And your brilliance is your millions. Let me say that again. Your brilliance is your millions. You're always looking for millions all over the place. But your brilliance, your area of expertise, your genius, that's your millions. So you have your passion, right? And within your passion, it grows into your vision and your mission. And your vision and your mission goes into action. And action allows you to set the goal. Thank you for the hearts on Instagram. Thank you so much. The action is your mastery. It helps you to set the goal. And as you master your goals, as you master, you begin to manifest what you are mastering, right? If you are mastering how to make hair, if you are mastering how to braid hair, you will begin to manifest in that area. Whatever it is that you are mastering, you will manifest. You cannot master orange and manifest pineapple. I mean, come on. You cannot master orange and manifest bananas. No, you manifest what you master. And as you begin to manifest it, then you begin to dominate that area, because now people know you as, oh my God, he or she is the banana lady. He or she is the pineapple lady. So now people know you for who you are. And because they know you for who you are, now they want to pay you. You understand? Now they're ready to pay you for your domination. Can I say that again? Now they're ready to pay you for your domination. This is what this book is about. You see that chat there? If you are on Instagram, you need to go on my Facebook, Princess Fumi Hancock, and see the paradigm shift that I wrote on there. It's a paradigm shift. It's a drawing that I put there. And let me see if I can even turn this around. Let me hold on a second. Let me see if I can turn this around. Hold on a second, people. Hold on. Let's see. All right, let me see. Okay, so here is the paradigm shift that I'm talking about. Ooh, let's see now. Here's the paradigm shift. Just bear with me, people. This is the picture of the paradigm shift, right? Hey, welcome. Okay, Adam Tate, welcome. This is the picture of the paradigm shift. So you have your passion, right? You have your passion. Your passion goes into your vision and your mission. With your vision and your mission, you begin to take action, right? And as you take action, you begin to master your set goals. And what you master, you begin to manifest. And as you manifest it, you dominate what you manifest. And because of your domination becomes your millions. Your domination becomes your victory. Your domination becomes that, that which you begin to make money out of. As you dominate that area, people will start to pay you for that which you are dominating. So this is what 7 days to release your amazing life is all about. It helps you, it teaches you how to discover. Let me get out of this share mode here. Let me get out of this share mode. Am I out of this share mode? Right? Let's see. Okay, stop the share mode. Okay, so all right. I hope I've been able to help some of you all to understand the importance of a paradigm shift in your life. Edith placed orders. Oh my God. Thank you for placing an order, Edith. So Edith Frage placed an order. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Be blessed by it. Be incredibly blessed. Is going to bless you. It's going to really bless you, Edith. So thank you. Thank you so much for placing your order. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Please pre-order. I'll put the pre-order link in there. I'm going to throw it in again. Please pre-order. Buy for your sister. Buy for your brother. Buy for somebody that is going to be blessed by it. Thank you. Thank you, Edith. Thank you so much. Buy for your church. There might be somebody in your church that really needs to hear something to change their lives. Let me say this about the power in prayer. Oh, thank you, Abby. Let me say this about the power in words, the power in stories. When I first wrote my first book, right? Thank you, Abby. When I first wrote my first book, oh, thank you, Edith. Thank you. I appreciate it. When I first wrote my first book, Stepping Out to Fulfill Your Destiny, after 2 years, I changed the name to Beyond Idol Worship, the diary of an African princess, Beyond Idol Worship. So I changed it. So that particular year, I remember I was writing yet another book. And the Spirit just had me get up from where I was writing and I was living in New Jersey then, and he had me drive through New Jersey. And as I was driving through New Jersey, I want you to hear this story. I came across a Christian bookstore. So I walked into the Christian bookstore and all of a sudden I saw my book. That book, I didn't know they ordered it. It was sitting right in front of the door, just sitting there. And I said, wow, my book is right here. So I just left. A year later, I received a letter from a wonderful young sister who was explaining to me that she was in, She was in a relationship. She was in, how do you call this relationship without getting in trouble here? She was in a relationship with another woman, right? She was in a relationship, and she was in that relationship for over 10 years. And then when it hit the 10-year mark, she started becoming very, very upset, very, very depressed and all that. And she got up one day, she and her partner, and she got a hold of the bookstore, a Christian bookstore. She said as she walks into that Christian bookstore, she looks up, and the only book that she saw was my book sitting up there. So she said she bought that book, she took it back home, and she began to read it. Well, she said she read it, and she showed me she actually made a copy of a page that blessed her. She said as soon as she got to that page, she got set free. She said something broke out of her, and she instantly got set free from that relationship. Now, when she sent me that letter, I ran, because I said to myself, wait a minute, I didn't write anything about sexual, male to male or female to female. I didn't write anything about that. So I started to look in my book like, did I write anything about that? No, I didn't. So I don't know what God did with her, but whatever it is, that there was a chapter in that book that she read. The chapter did not say anything about the kind of relationship that she was living in, but apparently whatever she read touched her so much that she snapped out of it. You hear me? 10-year relationship with another woman. And she said she snapped out of it and she never looked back. She said she went back. She told her partner, I'm so sorry that we can't do this anymore. I know it's 10 years, we built a life together, but I can't do this anymore. And she left that relationship. And it was 2 years into her leaving when she finally reached out to me. She found me. I don't know how she found me, but she found me and wrote me this beautiful letter, how that book blessed her. You never know. You never know how a book can bless somebody. I've had a situation where I've bought books, I kept it in the house, and when I will go to a church or go to a school or go to a college, I will pick one up and bless somebody with it. Perhaps that is what you need now. You might need one, you might need two. Just don't buy for yourself. Get one and keep it and say, God, whose is this? Who can I bless with this? Because I know that this word is going to bless. What do you have there? It's going to talk. There's a chapter there that talks about the mindset. The chapter that talks about how everything starts in your mind, right? Tate, everything starts in your mind. If you don't get your mind right, nothing else. There's no, I don't care. You cannot build a $1 million, multi-million dollar business on a mind that is messed up. You hear me? If your mind is messed up, if your mindset is already told you you're a failure, if your mindset, right, is already told you you will never amount to anything, if your mindset have already decreed to you that you are a complete failure, nothing good can come out of you. It doesn't matter if I gave you $1 billion, you're going to blow through it, and because your mindset, you have a stinking thinking mindset. So in that book, we talk and discuss about stinking thinking mindset and what we need to do to get rid of it. Because let me tell you, stinking thinking mindset is spiritual, y'all. It takes spiritual intervention, right? Spiritual intervention, and of course physical intervention to get rid of that, because which means every day you have to intentionally feed your brain, feed your mind something that is healthy to remind you that you are worth all the effort, that you're worth the success that you require. So we're going to talk about that in that book, 7 Days to Release Your Amazing Life. We talk about that. In 7 Days to Release Your Amazing Life, we talk about how to discover your passion or rediscover it in case, because some of us, we know it, so we don't need to discover it, but we need to rediscover it, because after you finish dealing with that stinking thinking, now you have clarity like that, bam in your face, and now you have to restore it quickly, right? You have to put something in it, and so it might be you rediscovering. Then we also talk about once you rediscover your passion, your mission in life, then you have to understand how do you set fire to that which you've discovered, right? How do you ignite it? How do you set fire to it? What are the tools that you need to set fire to that thing? Right? Then not only are we going to talk about that, then we talk about, okay, now that you've ignited it, now let's launch this baby. Let's launch this baby. So the book will show you how do you launch that which you just discovered, that which you just ignited. The book will show you that. So after you launch it, then we talk about why. Okay, so now that we done launch this thing, now what are we going to do? Now, this is where a lot of us fail, right? A lot of us bomb in this one. Now we need to sustain what we launch. So the book is going to walk you through that process of sustaining what you launched. And once you sustain it, we're going to talk about how do you grow? How do you expand that thing that you just sustained? How do you grow it? Then from growing it, how do you turn it into profit? Because unless you grow it, you can't turn it into profit. Some of us just want to start with profit like that. We want to wake up today and the next day we're ready to profit. But the thing is, you have to take your time. Everything in life is process, right? You have to grow it. And once you grow it, as you expand it, Thank you for the hearts, my dear. As you grow it and expand it, then you are turning it, automatically turning it into profit. The things that you're growing, people will start getting attracted to it, right? People, it's just like myself with my writing. People get attracted, they're attracted to my writing. People are attracted to the fact that I'm a vision midwife. And because they're attracted to it, they're hiring me, right? They're hiring me to be their vision midwife, right? They're hiring me to do all that. Oh, let's see now. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Right? So people are hiring me. Your video will be available soon. I know, but I'm not trying to have a video. I'm not trying to have a video. Okay. So people are hiring me, right? So this is what 7 days to release your amazing life is. Again, please share it across your social media. Thank you so much. Thank you for those who have bought it. Edith, thank you for buying it. As you buy it here, I'm going to be coming here and I'm going to be shouting you out for the world to see. You're excited? Yay, awesome. I'm excited for you too. Abby, pick up your copy and also buy something for your church. Abby, get your church involved. This is something that high schoolers can read, college graduates can read, college students can read, people that are not in college can read it because it is something that we all need. A 20-year-old can read it, an 80-year-old can read it. If you are one that want to live an amazing life where you are, this is the book to help you to get there. So please join me in this campaign. I have to. My campaign is 500 copies, everybody. 500 copies. And with the number of people that follow me, that should be a breeze. If you can pick 2 up, please pick 2 up. And also on the right hand side, look at all the bonuses that you have so that before you pick just one up for yourself, look at the bonuses. I think must log in to get it. I hope to receive it. So, oh yes, it's a pre-order right now. So yes, you will receive it soon. Yes, Edith, you will absolutely receive it too soon. Thank you so much. Abby, thank you for coming. Florida, thank you so much for coming. Dr. E, thank you for coming. Dr. E, please make sure that that lady that wants to pick up 20 copies, please give her this and let her know that this is now open. Jamila, thank you for coming. Erica, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to leave now. I placed the order. There was 151 left. Oh, there was. Let me see. Let's see. Ooh, 2 pre-orders, $50 per day. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I thank you. Thank you for doing that. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. So 148 out of 150. So that's what you meant by that. Yes, 148 out of 150. Thank you so much. Yes. Hey, Jamila, thank you for joining again. Thank you, Edith, for ordering. I really appreciate you. Please, if you have not ordered the book, take the time and order it. Order it for somebody else. You know, it doesn't have to be you alone. Oh, Yokita, subscribe to your channel. Thank you for subscribing, Yokita. You know, it doesn't have to be for you alone. It can be for a friend. It can be for your uncle. It can be for an auntie. It can be for anybody. It can be for the girl next door. Bless somebody with this book and say, hey, live your amazing life. Here is how you live your amazing life. God has been so good to me. I'm not, I mean, let me just tell the truth now. I'm not where I desire to be, right? Because how many of you know that when God takes you here, you're always reaching, you're always wanting something different, you always want something more. So because you're here now, doesn't mean that you want to stay put there. You're always wanting something. And so for me, I know that I want more. I know I want more. Thank you. Thank you, Edith. Love you, my dear. Love you. Thank you so much. You know, I desire more for my life. And so 7 days to release your amazing life is going to help you to understand how you get there. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you. I'm going to log off now. Please watch the replay. Those who are watching the replay, I thank you for watching this replay. But remember now, remember, 7 days to release your amazing life helps you to master your vision. It helps you to manifest that dream, and it helps you to dominate your brilliance. Because why? Your brilliance is your millions. So thank you all so much. Bye, everybody. Bye bye. Let's see.